Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're in a 2024 Lexus IS500 F Sport Premium. This vehicle, as tested, is just shy of $68,000. So let's go ahead and take you for a quick walk around it. I have been living with this all week and have taken a road trip with it, and what a vehicle. This is finished in Incognito. It is one of the last V8 performance sedans you will find on the market today, unfortunately. Very attractive offering here from Lexus. It is a bit dated. We'll get into that as we go along through here. But, man, what a treat. You have 19-inch forged BBS wheels wrapped in Bridgestone Potenzas. Pretty grippy tire. Not too bad at all. Tri-LED headlamps. Got that big Lexus bold grille. Looks very sharp. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trunk real quick. This being a smaller sedan, trunk space is a little bit lacking, but there is a decent amount of space back here. I mean, you can fit golf clubs back here probably perfectly fine, which is probably what this is designed for. You do get a compact spare tire as well, which is actually very nice to see. Lexus does provide a first aid kit over here as well. Nice grab handle. Premium fuel only here. This does have the beautiful red interior. Backseat space is a little tight. This is a smaller sedan. I'm 6 foot. The driver's seat is in my position that I would be in. My knees aren't touching. My head is ever so slightly grazing the roof, but it is extremely comfortable back here. You get a couple rear vents, no rear I/O unfortunately, but a couple mat pockets, pull down center armrest with a couple cup holders. Beautiful looking dash. Yes, it is a bit dated, and compared to some of the competitors like the Genesis G70 and some other offerings, it is a little bit dated, but it just works. There's physical controls everywhere, and you know where everything's at. Nothing's buried in menus. It just works. Do have a power sunroof as well. It is a little bit difficult to get out of because it's pretty low to the ground, and that back seat is kind of cramped, but that's what you get in a sedan like this. So under the hood of this beast is a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 making 472 horsepower. Gets 17 city, 25 highway, and about 20 miles a gallon combined. It is a very nice power plant, made it to an 8-speed transmission. It's a little bit jerky, but we'll get into that as we go for a drive. You do have adaptive dampers on the suspension that I can't really tell a difference when you change drive modes hardly at all, but you do have them. Do have heated and ventilated power driver's seat and passenger seat. Very nice, very, very comfortable, very supportive. They are a memory as well. Over here on the left real quick, you do have your automatic high beam assist. You have a parking view monitor as well. And you can kind of drag it around just a little bit and change the body color and stuff. You do have the rear shade as well for your passengers. That's pretty nice to see. You can control that. And you have this little slider for active sound control. This does have fake pumped in engine noise, but you can turn it off. We will be leaving it off for this video because I don't care for that. I want to listen to the naturally aspirated 5-liter V8. Now in the driver's seat here, you are greeted with a leather wrapped steering wheel with the F Sport trim and logo down through here with a couple paddle shifters. You have a digital gauge cluster with a physical bezel that actually moves, which is pretty cool to see. It's kind of trippy. It's a little bit customizable as well. Over on the left, you can see the oil temperature and then the temperature gauge and the fuel level as well. And what's really cool about this gauge cluster is when you start it up in the morning, it has an adaptive red line. The red line is all the way down at 4,500 RPM, and then as the engine temperature, or as the coolant temperature and the engine oil temperature warms up, the red line will start moving to where it's a safe level for you to exercise the car at. Super cool. I wish more manufacturers would do that. Coming up through here, you do have a 10.3-inch infotainment that is touchscreen, but you do have the option to control it down here with the infamous Lexus touchpad. Not whole lot of settings to go through here, so I just won't bore you with that. But it is nice that you do have CarPlay and Android Auto as well, albeit it is wired. No wireless CarPlay in this, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, at least you have it. I wouldn't buy a car without Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so at least that's available to you. Did forget to mention, you also do get a reverse 360 cam with guidance lines that move as well. You got a nice analog clock through here. Your dual zone climate controls that are like these touch capacitive buttons. You can, like, you know, press down on these or just drag your finger up and down to get the temperature that you want. You do get a CD player, which is super nice to see in 2024. I don't think I've ever seen a car brand new that comes with a CD player, but you know, here it is. It kind of shows its age a little bit, but I kind of like it. You know, I'm a millennial and I have lots of CDs, so I'd pop some of those in there and you know, enjoy this Mark Levinson premium sound system that we will be testing later. You have your heated and ventilated seat controls, a heated steering wheel as well. Drive mode selector. You just, you know, twist it to go into Sport S, Sport S Plus mode. We'll get into the drive modes as we drive. It does have snow mode as well. Brake hold, your infamous touchscreen as we discussed before, a couple cup holders, a decent size center console with a USB port, and I think that's a 3.5 millimeter, or maybe that's 2.5 aux port as well. I haven't seen an aux port in a car in a while. You get a decent sized glove box, you know, enough to store the manuals. You do have like a little tiered system there. Auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink. This does come with a dash cam as well, which is pretty nice to see. I wish more manufacturers offered a dash cam install from the factory. Illuminated visor mirrors. Guys, this is just an excellent interior. I cannot stress enough how comfortable these seats are either. Both my wife, my sister, my family, all my friends that have ridden in this car this week absolutely loved it. And can't, you know, the first thing that they said when they get in here is how comfortable it is. I went on a 6-hour road trip yesterday and I did not have any back fatigue at all. These seats, guys, I'm telling you, I can't, I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse with how comfortable they are. They are insanely comfortable. Let's just go ahead and jump into the test drive. But before I do that, please be sure to like the video. It helps me out as a smaller creator and, you know, kind of pushes the video out to others so that they can see it. You guys all know how the YouTube algorithm works. So if you could please do that, that would be great. And if you liked it even more than that, please consider subscribing as well. I publish car reviews weekly. And as always, I got a nice lineup of cars coming soon. So let's go ahead and take this for a spin. I do love having a physical gear shifter. That is so nice. We'll just start out in normal mode and then go from there. You know, this being kind of lower to the ground, I thought, you know, I would scrape through here, but it actually doesn't hit bottom at all. It's just enough ground clearance to where it doesn't, you know, interfere with, you know, approach and departure angles of parking lots. So it's actually a very livable car. And to kind of segue into that, I think this is one of the best daily drivers you could buy. One of them. You know, I know, you know, the Genesis G70, I haven't driven it yet, but I know that gets raving reviews as well as compared to this. It has just enough power for the street. It handles extremely well. It's very comfortable, and that naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 just makes, you know, just makes you smile every single time. I love this V8 so much. I love the way this car handles too. The steering is almost perfect. Like, it is a very quick rack. Gosh, guys, this is just an incredible car to take on a back road and just have some fun. Incredible. I really, really love the steering. It is so direct and linear. press and hold the paddle to go back into normal drive mode. I just kind of want to let the V8 do the talking because this is just a treat. Just go ahead and do a quick 0 to 60 while we're at it here. Put it in Sport Plus mode and floor it. Yes, yes. Ah, that's amazing. I love it so much. Sport Plus mode just, stiffens up the dampers, supposedly. I can't tell the difference. Tightens the steering a little bit, improves the throttle response, and, makes the transmission shift quicker. And what else am I missing? Adjusts the traction control system a little bit as well to allow for a little bit of slip and some fun. But this is just such a controllable and so much fun car to drive. Yes! Oh, I love this V8 so much. So much. Also love people that can't, go to the speed limit when entering a highway as well. You have blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, which is nice to have. Out here on the highway, you do have a Lexus Safety System 2.5 with adaptive cruise control. I love having the cruise control settings down here like the older Toyotas have. Just push in and down and up to, control the speed. One thing I don't like, though, is having to adjust the following distance every single time you're in the vehicle. This does have lane tracing assist as well. I can't get it to work. It kind of bounces around the road and doesn't keep me centered. But, you do have that available to you. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I can't figure it out. I've had problems with these Toyotas with lane tracing assist all the time. I can never get them to work correctly. The adaptive cruise control works really nicely. Doesn't slam on the brakes, picks up speed pretty decent when you turn your turn signal on. No real huge lag. Out here on the highway, you do kind of hear some tire noise and a little bit of wind noise. It's definitely not the quietest, but it's not the worst either. MVH is great though, like even over expansion joints and bumps like that, it just handles it pretty well. It's very well composed and it doesn't reverberate through the cabin at all or just jostle you in your seat. I will say for this 5-liter V8, you do kind of have to wind it out. There's nobody home below like 3,000 RPM. Great visibility. You can kind of see over your shoulder through those windows there. No real blind spots hardly at all. And on this road surface, everything just calms down. This is just the perfect daily driver. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the Mark Levinson premium sound system. next track. Not bad. Certainly not the best system I've heard from Lexus or any other manufacturer. Doesn't blow me away, but I would rate this a high B tier, low A tier system. Not bad at all. Really though, what you're going to be listening to is the naturally aspirated 5-liter V8. You're really not going to be listening to the music. That never gets old. This does have valves in the exhaust that open up, depending on the drive mode, at around 2,500 to 3,200 or so RPMs to allow you to get a little bit more throatier sound. Kind of wish that in like Sport Plus mode, it would just keep the exhaust valves open all the time because it sounds better like that. But I'm sure maybe you could pull a fuse or just put a custom exhaust on it to get a better sound out of it. But I can see why they do it, because it allows for a pleasant driving experience, just around town and on the highway, and no drone. It's not like super loud, but do wish there was a little bit more exhaust note out of this. That guy 100% ran a red light. Love the paddle shifters. Pretty responsive. Really love the way this chassis is balanced. Someone like the Topher or someone that's had a lot of more high performance driving experience than me can really make this car shine around corners. But this car, with my capabilities, is just so much fun to drive. There is a lot more capability here than what I'm showing, than what I feel comfortable showing. It is the perfect daily driver if you're a driving enthusiast. I love these seats. They just hold you in so nicely. This car is so predictable. This week I've been averaging about 21 miles a gallon, which actually isn't too bad considering how I've been driving this. I think it, for a V8 sedan, I think it's pretty fuel efficient. The turn in is just so nice. I haven't driven a car like that I've had this much fun in quite some time. I think that with this gauge cluster dates all the way back to the Lexus LFA. I'm pretty sure that's what it debuted in, and I just love it. It looks awesome. Well, let's just park it right here. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. What a treat. What a treat, guys. Shout out to Lexus for providing this vehicle for me to film this week, and it is just incredible. Wow. I really like the Incognito and the red interior. It's perfect. I know a lot of people are not too fond of the red interior, but I love it. Wow. All right, guys, that is going to be it for the video on the 2024 Lexus IS500 F Sport. I appreciate you guys watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Paul's Place YT for some additional content and behind the scenes. And we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Look at these brakes. They're massive. Massive.